So it is time for another episode of Agents in the Trenches, the place where we talk about the real raw truth of what agents are experiencing right now in this new market. It is no longer the market is going to shift. It is now the message that the agents must shift to adapt to this new market. And today we're going to be talking about being a secret agent. For so many years, I've been talking about agents cannot be secret agents unless they're working for the FBI. But if you are in an industry where you are serving a customer, where you are out there to be a public figure, my friends, it is time to unveil your social media presence. And so to help me share this message today, of course, I have two amazing people. First one you all know already is my running partner, Talia. Talia, say hello to everyone.
Hi. How's everybody doing today? Thank you for joining.
Excellent. And who do we have with us to help us unveil the power of social media? This digital world that every day is ever changing, ever evolving. Every day it is becoming more and more challenging, but we need to stay in front of it, at the forefront of it, to really engage our consumers. Who do we have with us today?
Yes, so we have Viritiana Martinez, and just to give you guys a little bit of a backstory, she is originally from Mexico, but grew up in Naples, Florida. She graduated from FGCU with a bachelor's degree in accounting in 2015, and she's worked in the legal and financial industry and now works as a mortgage advisor with NRL Mortgage, where she has the opportunity to serve a community in English and Spanish.
Wow. Welcome, Viri. Welcome.
Thank you guys. I appreciate the invite.
All right. Welcome.
Thank you. Appreciate the invite. It's just so nice to be here with you guys today.
So, Viri, you have been doing something that is very special, very authentic. I've been watching you for over a year, and I pay close attention, especially to social media, because I remember in 2014, I started teaching people how to do videos. And I remember back then in 2014, there was this little app called Videolicious. And it was like an editing app. And it was like, the latest and greatest. And ever since then, so many different things have changed. And we're talking about 9 years ago, right? So when I started watching you and what you were doing, I noticed immediately that it was authentic. I noticed that it was, very, very simple but powerful. And the biggest thing that I noticed was your consistency. Kudos to you for your consistency, because I know the pain, the struggle of being consistent. So take it away. Tell us what you started doing and how this all came together and why you still do it.
So it started, the idea actually, I had it many years ago, probably back in 2019, where I noticed that social media was changing, it was evolving. And I know it's before 2019, but maybe that's when I paid attention, when I realized it wasn't just now pictures, that actually people were engaging more with video. So I've been wanting to do it for one reason or another. Actually, the truth of the matter is it was out of fear. I never did it, out of fear of being in front of the camera, out of fear of being vulnerable out there for people to see. So I had the idea, but for some reason or another, I never did it. So long story short, 2022 was the year when I decided I'm going to make a change. I need to do something different. Again, with the changing market and everything, we had to reinvent ourselves. So a way for me to do it was I started recording videos. Because I realized that was a way for me to, share my message with my audience. And at the same time, it's like, instead of being able to be in front of one person, maybe if I posted a video, and even if it only got like 100 views, it was like 100 people, like seeing my message and engaging with my information. So I decided to do that. And, something, and I'm glad that, what I'm doing really translates the way that I want it, that I have intended it to be, because something you said, my videos are simple but powerful. And that's exactly what I try every single time, because the other thing is to social media, you get bombarded with videos, with ads, with all sorts of things. So if you're not in front of it, if you're not engaging with your audience, you lose them right away. So for me, it's like I always like to try to be straight to the point and in a simple way. Because the other thing I realized is, we are in the business. This is what I do. I understand the real estate language, the real estate lingo, right? I can talk real estate all day. But who my target audience is, who is buyers, they don't understand that. So for me, I realized, okay, so I'm going to put it in simple terms that they understand, because at the end of the day, that they are who my target audience is. But at the beginning, it was more of a let's call it a fear of being maybe judged by other people in the industry, thinking, why is Viri talking this way? Like, why she's using these simple terms? But in a way, it's like it didn't matter, because I knew what my intention was, to make my message as simple as possible so that my target audience could understand it.
I love this. I absolutely, and I cannot believe, so you have to explain to me a moment. You got a bachelor's in accounting, and here you are in public relations. I mean, you're driving a social media force, right? You're creating a social media awareness and brand, and you're so creative. Like, how does that even connect? Because trust me, owning multiple businesses, I know what it takes to be in accounting. And whenever I have to do accounting or get into the department or have to meet with my bookkeeper or my accountant, my brain just like starts to have convulsions. How do you go from getting a bachelor's in accounting at FGCU to being like a public relations guru? I mean, because you're literally, I mean, I've watched you. You have been building for over a year, consistent content. How does that even happen?
So the idea came up to me in a way where, so I am a numbers person. I love numbers. I always, like, my favorite subject has always been math. I understand numbers. Like, they make sense to me. It's like so simple. Like, I see it, you explain it to me once, I get it. But I realized, even in my everyday, business, when I started fresh in the business, I will explain to my clients the numbers. And for me, it was so simple. And I would see like they would get confused. And I could think like, why? Like, it's there, clear, like water, right? And then I realized, well, it wasn't that simple. It was simple for me because I understood numbers. So I took an approach in my business where I simplified things. When I explain like even the mortgage process to my clients, I simplify it. When I review, the numbers, I make them as simple and clear as possible. And I realize that helps them, because first of all, even if they get confused, the way I explain it, make it super simple, they're not afraid to ask.
I love it. Talia, what do you think about this? What can we ask this up and coming local influencer? I mean, I want to hold on to her coattail and just rise up with her.
Yeah. Well, I love what you're saying, that you simplify it to the point where people understand, right? Because you love numbers, you're in this industry, so of course that's what you see on a daily basis. But the regular consumer may not be in front of numbers like that, right? Like, maybe they're working somewhere, like myself, right? I was working with computers before I did real estate. And so, everybody probably has a different exposure to this. So it's nice that you're saying, okay, I know this piece of knowledge, right, when it comes to real estate and mortgages and whatnot, but not everybody knows the lingo. So I'm going to break it down so when somebody's coming in, maybe watching this video for the first time, can understand it. So I love that. And I think we need to do that more across like every industry, because not everybody knows this crazy world of real estate. So I love what you're doing, and those videos that you're making are awesome. I was just telling her earlier today that the one that she made about the event, how the intro was really cute and like super funny, and I was like, yes, you captivated someone watching it. you know.
And that's exactly what I've been saying ever since we spoke about doing this. And, that's why we're doing Agents in the Trenches. So for those of you that are watching now live, drop a hashtag live. And for those of you that are watching on replay, like you just said, Vidi, we don't know how many hundreds or thousands of people one day eventually will watch this message. And ever since we started Agents in the Trenches, it was because I told Talia, you know what, we need to start bringing the right message into the industry. Somebody has to take the lead and start leading agents in the right way, from the front, right? From the front line, because we're all in this together. We're all going through the same struggles. We're all feeling the same, downturn or shift, or we're feeling the struggle, and the struggle is real, but there's a way out of this. And that is my message, there is a way out of this. So when we thought of bringing you into being one of the presenters, because I've been watching how authentic, and that is what I want to ask you. How have you come up with the ideas? Because even the last video that you did promoting the event that we're having on May 30th, Tuesday, 9 to 1, it could not have been more real. Impersonated the James Bond, the person behind the glasses. And you said something that is so real. There's so many agents out there that are a secret agent. They're a secret agent, but they're not getting paid. I mean, if you want to be a secret agent, join the FBI, the CIA, the DEA. I mean, you'll get paid well, right? Risk your life, but get paid well. But if you're in real estate, you need to be a public figure. So tell us how that thought, that authenticity keeps coming to you.
So I was telling Talia this morning when we were talking that, I love psychology. I love the human, the way we as humans interact and think. And again, one thing in my business, what I do is, like when I'm taking an application, I ask questions to my clients. The reason why is because I want to make them think. When I ask a question is because I want to make them think, and I want them to say, to give me the answer out loud, because the answer is really not just for me, it's for them to hear it. Because when they say it, it's like it changes their perspective about, like, let's say when they're purchasing a home, like the questions that I ask are questions that evoke an emotion. It's an emotion. What I'm looking is for an emotion. The reason why is because, the mortgage process is not just black and white. It's an emotional decision. It's an emotional, process. So when I think about my videos, I think, what emotion do I want to evoke? What emotion, what thought do I want people to have when they watch this video? Like, for instance, the video that I did, I always try to make it funny, but my humor is different. Like I like to be funny, but not like in a way that is obvious. It's more like it makes you think. Like, why would she think? Like why is she wearing these big glasses? Like, what does she mean by secret agent? What is she talking about? I want to spark, people, to make people think and wonder and question. Exactly.
Yes.
Because I love that. Because when we do that, then what we're doing to ourselves is like, we're asking, like, is this me? Is Viri like talking to me? Like, am I the secret agent? Like, am I this person doing what Viri's talking about? Because what I want people to think is like, I want to see if they feel identified with a message.
I'm a visionary. I am a person that at this point in my life, Talia knows this better than anyone. I'm in this just to make a change, to create a movement, to create a community. I'm doing what I do at another level. Like, I'm literally wanting to find the agents and everyone that wants to elevate. And my message is, listen, we can do this together. We can help each other. We can leverage each other. It's more fun together. We can be stronger together. We can definitely be better together. So I love what you're saying. And as you're speaking about it, I'm already thinking about another event, another class, because there's something that we need to understand when we are in sales. And I don't care what we're selling, right? Whether you're selling mortgages, homes, properties, we're dealing with people. And when you're in a conversation with people, right? Something that it took me a long time to learn, right? I wasn't as intellectual as you, right? I never saw it from the psychology part, but one of the things that I had to learn was to ask the right questions.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm already thinking we need to do something else that has to do with how to control the conversation, how to help your customers, find their own solution, because in reality, a lot of people tell their customers what to do, but the power is in asking them the right questions where they will tell themselves what they need to do. So you just said something very powerful. You want them to think, but you want them to hear it out loud from themselves. Break that down a little bit.
Correct. So the reason why I do that is because deep inside, they know the answer. Like, they do know the answer. They know the reason. Let's say, like, when they're applying for a mortgage, they know it's because they want a house. But I want them to think out loud. Okay, so why do I want this house? Why? Like tell me. Like, I always start so tell me, what do you have in mind? What kind of property you want to buy? Where do you want to buy it? So tell me what is your vision? So when they start talking about it, I write notes and everything, but at the same time, I want them to have the vision of why they want to accomplish. Because what happens is, I know how the process is going to be. So down the road, what I do is I remind them. I said, remember when we first met that you said that you wanted to buy a house for your family? Remember that you said that this is your first investment and that this is what we're going to do. I remind them, because at the end of the day, my job, I always tell people, I'm not just in the mortgage industry. I'm not in the mortgage business. I'm in the people business. That's what I do. So my job is not just to close loans, but my job is to, like, remind them through the process. This is the reason why we're doing this. Remember, don't get distracted through all of this noise around it. Do not get distracted with all of this happening right now. It doesn't matter. That's part of the process, and don't worry about it, because I'll take care of that. Don't worry about it. Like, I take care of that.
Ladies, I'm having like goosebumps, because my mind is just saying, wow, Lucy, you're surrounded by two rock stars of the future. And for me, Viri, Talia knows this, my passion is to be what my mentor was for me, for so many people, right? To create the opportunities that were created for me. So I want Talia to kind of sit in the driver's seat, because there's something very special that's going to be happening on Tuesday, and I want you guys to unveil and unpack this so everyone can hear about it. So we've got about another 10, 15 minutes, so kick it off, Talia. What do you expect is going to happen? And let me tell you, we are at 70% sold out.
That's exciting. I'm excited.
We are at 70% sold out, guys. I'm going to tell you right now, we may have to turn people away, or we're going to have a standing room only.
Wow.
And Talia knows, I told her, I said, we must close out the month of May with a community event for my agents. And I say my agents because I love my community. I love my agent population. Whether I know them or I don't know them, I've been there, I've done that. I know what they're going through, and I want to be their lighthouse. So we are at 70%.
Wow.
So Talia, what are we going to be talking about, and what's going to happen?
Yes, so if you haven't heard already, May 30th, we are having a powerful info networking event. And we're going to be unveiling the power of social media with our one and only Viri, where she's going to come in and talk about what it looks like to create content on social media, right? And not to be a secret agent. So what do you need to do? And Viri, we talked a little bit earlier today as far as, you've been doing this for some time, right? You've been going to real estate offices and speaking to real estate agents, and you've been, doing this presentation, right? So I want to tap into that a little bit because you've been getting some feedback, you've been getting some questions and some concerns. So what is probably one of the biggest, struggle that agents are facing when it comes to social media and creating content?
Well, the biggest obstacle that I see it's fear. It's that the evils that it just that's it. I can narrow it down to it's fear. It's fear of judgment. It's fear of I'm not gonna know what to say. It's fear that I don't know. It literally it just that. So what I do in my class is I help them get through that mental, because it's a mental block. It has nothing to do with not having the right equipment. It has nothing to do with not having this expensive camera, or it has nothing to do with that. It's just a mental block that doesn't allow them to do that. And something that I have noticed is that they are missing out on a huge opportunity to position themselves in front of potential customers, because 90 I think it would be safe to say that 99% of people search online before starting the process to buy a house. I do that myself. So if you don't have a social media presence, then nobody will find you. Nobody would know about you. How can you be in front of people if you're not even out there and you have no content? You have if you give your information to someone and they search your name on Google and there's nothing, you lose credibility, because your potential customer is thinking, is this person even real?
Yeah.
There's nothing online. Is this person actually a professional? Does this agent have any experience? And all of those are misconceptions, because it could be a super professional, experienced real estate agent, right? But there's really no social media, or I would even like to say, like, no internet footprint of what they have done.
Yeah.
Especially in these times that we are, where we go to Google or Facebook, YouTube to look for information, and then there's nothing, then people wonder like how professional is this person? How experienced is this person?
It's funny that you say that, because it's true. Even like when I'm going out and I'm gonna go to a restaurant that I've never been to, right? I'll go on Google and I'll search up the restaurant, start looking at the reviews, see, okay, have people had a good experience? Have they not? A lot of times, people do that for everything. So why wouldn't they do it for the person that's going to help them make the biggest investment of their lives, right?
Correct.
Home. So you hit it right on the nail. I think it's that fear, but it's crazy, because it's like when you know that people are online, they're searching you up, and people do business with people they know, like, and trust. And if they look you up and they don't find any, like you say, internet footprint of what you've been doing, why are they still like not taking action, right? So what is it that, maybe tapping into the psychological part of it? Okay, it's fear. So what does it take for someone to overcome that and actually create the content or put it to their face and just hit that red button?
It's just action. That's all. That's action. I have a mentor, and he always says, every time you post a video, as long as you get 1% better than last time, then you are already making a huge improvement. Because it's every single time. It's like, and if you read about all the successful people in business, in sports, just in life itself, like if you ask them, what have you been doing that has made you this great? They would say consistency. Everyone would say, I didn't start this way, but I stayed consistent and I took action and I became 1% better every time. So like I always think to myself, like, I want to be 1% better every day. And when you make it small, it's more doable, because I'm not saying, of course, down the road, I want to be 100% better. But if I tell myself I want to be 100% better, then it makes it seem like something unattainable. So I think it's just taking action, and it doesn't have to be, again, like small. It could be a small video. It could even be, just a post. But they have to put themselves out there and just do it. That's pretty much it.
So what I'm hearing you say that with the 1% better is, changing your mindset, right? Instead of thinking, oh my gosh, I have to have 1,000 views and, have like 30 shares or whatnot to actually start building this consistent. But if you just little 1% every day, 1% getting better, and you change your mindset and you just try to strive for that, then you can eventually get that 100%, right? So it's taking little steps here and there. And you also talked about consistency. So you can't just do one video and then here and there, right? So can you tap into a little bit about consistency and like what you would recommend, or is that something that you're seeing as well, that people are struggling with content?
Definitely. So everyone and thinks of I want to go viral, right? But what does viral actually mean? What does viral mean for you? What would it mean for me to go viral? It just, you have to make that into like your personal accomplishment, because it could be something as, like I had 1,000 views out of 0, because so it's like kind of a change from like 0 activity to some activity, right? Mm-hmm. And then the other thing is like things don't happen overnight. And also, and I think I did mention this morning, I mean, you could have a video that has millions of views, but then what? But if you don't post anything else after that, people forget about it. So, it's great, right? But what you have to do is you got to show up every day. To have results, you have to show up. And maybe, for social media, I always recommend to post at least 3 times a week. But to be consistent, to just show up every time. Someone at an event yesterday said something. Every single time I open my Instagram, you're there. Every single time I go into Facebook, you're there. And I said, and I told her, I said, that's the idea. That's the idea, that I want to make sure that I'm always consistent and people remember, or I make an impression, but it's from consistency.
That's biggest thing is consistency and the fear, you would think, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I think back to when I first started my lives and whatnot. Lucy really pushed me to go do property showcases, go on Facebook Live. And I still remember when I first started, I literally like used to shake, like holding my phone. I used to shake, but I went ahead and I still did it because I knew that that's what I needed to do, right? To get comfortable on the camera. And not everybody starts off like just press play, let's go. And then, you got to do it again and again and again and again. I still, don't get me wrong, I still have to prep myself a little bit before going live, but at least it's not as intense as it was before, where I would shake, so I love this conversation, and I'm so excited for Tuesday because we are going to get deeper into this, right? Into the mindset, into, strategies and things that you can do to implement, being a social media guru like you have been, so I'm super excited for that.
Yeah, and I am too. And, it's something, all of the techniques that I'm going to share are things that I have learned through my journey, and not just things that I have learned, but like things that I know work, because my business has grown. The amount of people in my net, the way that my network has grown, it would have never happened if I wasn't in social media, because it really hasn't. If you think about it, how many events can I actually physically go? How many events can I do a week without me, before me burning out? How many people can I actually talk every single day, or, throughout a week, without me like just not being able to do it? But with social media, I'm able to do it. Something that I keep hearing, and it's so funny, and I was driving home yesterday, and people would say, "You're everywhere. How do you even do it?" And really, like, that question stuck in my head, and it clicked. I'm like, because people see me in Facebook, right, Instagram, TikTok, even WhatsApp, they think in their mind, how does she even do it? Well, that's it. That's exactly how I do it, using social media.
I think that I think that we are on our way to something so powerful that we may not even understand. I've believed in social media since 2014. I mean, you guys can go back to my YouTube channel and you're going to find the cheesiest, most Mickey Mouse things that I would do. But it was because my coach would tell me, video is king. And here we are 9 years later. And I'm so happy to be able to host this at the Academy and to be able to bring this powerhouse of a person that is doing it. I mean, this is not, Viri, I have to tell you the truth. And Talia knows I'm not I don't just say it to say it. If I didn't feel that you were being authentic, organic, unique, if I didn't know, because I know I had you on my Spanish live on Instagram, El Amanecer Inmobiliario, and you literally told us, I do this myself. Like, I do my video. I'm like, this is the person we need to learn from, because, a lot of people have content managers, digital marketers, digital people, and all this stuff, but, production crews and production companies, and that's great. But I want to be able to reach the underdog. I want to be able to reach the person that says, how do I even get started? And I'm going to tell you guys a little secret. I don't think it's a coincidence that we are closing out the almost the first half of the year with this powerful, not just topic, but content, because we need this. Like, I know I'm going to walk away on Tuesday with a golden nugget from you. And trust me, I thrive. I do everything I can to be present on social media consistently. I've been doing my Amanecer Inmobiliario live Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. for a year. I know the struggle. I know I know the fear. I even to this day, there's many times where I get nervous all the time. What am I going to say? What am I going to talk about? Da, 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 da. My brain is saying, don't do it. Yesterday, I went back to an organization that I had not been to in 4 years. And it was incredible how when I walked in there, everybody embraced me. Everybody welcomed me. Everybody greeted me like they saw me last week, like I had never been gone. And they all told me, we see your grandbaby. And they told me, I'm sorry about your brother. And they told me, I see your boot camp, and everything that I do, it's like people are watching, right? And this morning, I got a text from someone in Naples, and they said to me, do you think you could bring this to Naples? So get ready, Viri. Get ready.
I'm excited. Let's do it.
Talia knows I don't play. Talia knows I don't play. I'm on a mission. I'm on a mission to bring, all the agents that are open-minded to grow their business with me. I'm on a mission to help the underdogs. I'm on a mission to rescue and save all those agents that are stuck, that are stale, that are stagnant. I'm on a mission to help them without expecting anything in return. Like, I don't even care what company, logo, brand you're part of. It doesn't matter. I just want to know that I am leaving a mark in Southwest Florida, because I remember when I was broke, busted, and disgusted. So you guys are coming with me. We're going to go to Naples. We're going to blow it up in Naples.
Let's go.
Fort Myers. I'm telling you guys, we are onto something. So this coming Tuesday, my main focus is, let's bring the fire for the people. Let's bring value for the people. Let's bring the best of the best. So Viri, listen, we got a long weekend. I want you to come out like a King Kong on Thursday. on Tuesday. I said on Tuesday, I want you to come out with the best of the best and just let it flow, girl, because you got it.
Thank you. Appreciate it. I honestly, I am so excited. It's, I was talking to Talia this morning, and I'm like, this is what I do every day. Like, there's no script. Like, everything, it's just organic and it works. And so I know that a lot of agents will benefit from learning how to use social media to grow their business.
And this is just the beginning. I know that there's more topics that are going to come out of this. And let me tell you, not for nothing, but I'm going to say this very humbly. I think you're going to have your greatest audience on Tuesday, May 30th, from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. You're gonna be on fire. The energy in that room is going to be lit. We are unleashing our greatness, and we're so happy and blessed to have you.
Absolutely.
I'm excited. Let's do it. Let's yeah. I'm super stoked.
We don't even have words. This is going to be
I know.
so good. So, Talia, where can people grab their tickets? Where can they, let's drop the link. Let's drop your phone number. Let's put all the information out there. We are 70% sold out. We still got 30% to go, but we got a long weekend. And we are going to have a stand room only. But it doesn't matter because, hey, we got to go outside to do content. We're going to go outside. We are unleashing the power of social media for everyone that's going to be there in attendance. So, Viri, thank you so much. I can't wait to lock arms with you on Tuesday. Talia, thank you for everything you've done to make this happen. And have an amazing Memorial Day weekend.
Awesome.
Thank you guys
so much. Have a good night.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.